Happy Wednesday, everybody. Marlene, aka Snow Gardener 307. We are here for some budgeting today. We are here for Mr. Snow Gardener's budget, and he has yet again another small paycheck. So we may have to rethink how much money he's putting into retirement if the paycheck continues to be this small. We are also going to do some savings challenges and just work towards our goal of paying the mortgage off early. We're going to start off a little bit different today. We're going to go ahead and break down my husband's paycheck. Now, I'm not going to get into hours. I'm not going to get into pay rate. I'm not going to get into any of that because I don't want that on the internet. But numbers are just numbers, right? So his total pay, and of course, this is before taxes or anything, and this is for a bi-weekly paycheck, is $3,052.92. And this is about, I would say, a half of what it normally is. So then we've got to take all of everything he has to pay, right? All of the things and stuff. So let's go ahead and start off with taxes. So we've got federal tax. Luckily here in Wyoming, we do not have state tax. So there is no state tax for Wyoming. And my husband did not work out of state for this paycheck, so we don't have to worry about that. And I actually thought this federal tax was a little bit low, but I realized that because, of course, he has got pre-tax stuff that comes out before, it is about right on track. So we've got federal tax, we've got Social Security, and we've got Medicare. And so we've got Social Security of $139.08 and Medicare, ooh, sorry you guys, I'm making a mess, of $32.52. I forgot I already had a dollar sign there. And boy, we're making a mess of this. So obviously taxes. Now, pre-tax, we have got his 401k. And he is putting in, let's see, how much was it this check? $241.28 into his 401k. There is also another Roth 401 that he is able to put into as well. So he's putting money into that as well. So $90.48 is going into that. And then we have our medical insurance. And that is, where are you, health insurance? There you are, $388.68. And then we have his HSA deduction. We are maxing out the HSA, and he's putting $336.54 into the HSA. Then he also has AFLAC, and he's got 3 different AFLACs. So I'm not going to break them down into what they are. Some of them include me as well. So 3 different amounts for AFLAC. So the first one is $19.27. The next one is $28.32. And then the last one is $6.30. So you can see all of this that's coming out of my husband's paycheck. Let me make sure we've got everything. Now, if he had worked out of state, he's already paid Colorado state tax, New Mexico state tax, and Utah state tax this year. But like I said, he didn't work out of state, so we didn't have to worry about any of that. And so this right here, all of this adds up to be $1,438.85 of deductions out of his check. So you take a $3,052 check, you subtract the $1,438.85, and you get what we're going to be working with today, and that is $1614.07 for his pay. So you can see that almost half of his pay is gone. But of course, all of this stuff is optional, right? Now, of course, health insurance, and this is every paycheck. These come out every paycheck. So it does add up quite a bit. And so if you take these out right here, his federal tax is right in line. So I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what I was talking about. And, you know, maybe we need to not max out the HSA, right? That is something that we could lower. Also, he is putting in for his 401k and the other option right here of his Roth 401, which is what it shows on his. We could lower those contributions as well, but we're leaving it where it is right now because also as far as retirement goes, he's also putting into his individual Roth at $625 a month. So for example, if we just took this and we said that he put 241.28 2 times, and he also put 90.48 and 90.48. Oh my gosh, I've done all the things. So let's see what percent is going in of his income. Let's pretend like he has 2 paychecks that are exactly the same as here. So if he's got 241, let's figure out what percentage of his income is going to retirement. And so let's pretend like he has 2 paychecks that are exactly the same. We know that that doesn't happen, but let's go ahead and pretend that. So he's got 331.76. We're going to say times 2. So 663.52, plus he's putting in 625 for his Roth IRA. So for retirement, he has got 1,288.52 for 1 month. And then if we say his pay, like I said, just for an example, if we say it's twice as much as this, he has got 6,105.84. So we need to take 1288.52, divide it by 6,105.84, and that right there shows that right now my husband is putting in about 20% into his retirement. So that is a little bit higher than than we originally thought he was going to be doing. Now, if he makes more money, it's not 21% because the Roth, it stays the same every month. And if he makes more money, then it goes back down to about the 15%. But I just want to break that down for you guys. So when you hear me talking about my husband having a short paycheck, that is what we're dealing with. So now that we've broken down that paycheck, let's talk about how he's going to use the money. So he's got $1,614.07 from that paycheck. I was going to bring in some rollover money to help him do other things, but he decided just to roll with this paycheck. We're going to go ahead and round down so he's got some money left in the bank, so we're going to be working with $1,600. His Capital One Venture card was $394.42, a round up to Australia of $5.58. This right here was parts for his truck. He is working on his truck, and of course he does not have a truck payment, so this is way cheaper than having a truck payment. So he's cash flowing that for a total of $400, leaving $1,200. Then we've got my cash envelopes, the home and fun and miscellaneous. He puts in $50 every month for each category, as do I, so $100 off of that, leaving $1,100. Then we go on over here to all the usual things that you guys see. We've got subscriptions, garbage, motorcycle insurance, holiday, gifts, land tax, escrow, pets, Sam's Club, and savings challenges. Savings challenges, as you guys know, is about 99% going to the mortgage. He did do a roundup of $5 more going to Australia for a total of $10.58. When we add all of this up, we equal the $1,100. I normally do more than $400 in savings challenges, but because he was low, we did that. Also, we allowed for him to add a little bit more into holiday and gifts so that he would have that to use. So for cash, I've got all the cash breakdown right here. I've got my cash, my fake cash, not my real cash. I've got my real cash. I've got my fake cash, my placeholders. If you're not familiar with how I do this right here, what I do is the placeholders are circled so I can go ahead and pull out exactly what I need. The real cash is right here. I can tell you guys that I already did a buck search for this cash right here. So there is not $100 left over anymore in here because I already pulled the A bucks, the B bucks, the D bucks, and the G bucks. If you guys like watching those, you're going to have to watch them on my short form content channel, which is Snowgarter 307 Shorts here on YouTube, or you can go check me out on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. They're on all of the platforms. I'm going to go ahead and set this however much is left. I was going to say $100 of ones, but I just told you it wasn't there. I'm going to go ahead and set those off to the side because those are for savings challenges. I'm also going to grab out 2 50s and we're going to grab out 10 20s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's all for savings challenge money. I'm going to pull it aside, not worry about it. So we've got 150 left. We've got 4 5s left. And some 20s. So let's put our real cash here, and then we'll put our fake cash in the back. So for our fake cash, I've got the totals down here. We've got 1 5, we've got 1 10, we've got 4 20s, 5 50s, and 2 or 3 100s. I'm just going to stack these off to the side. We're going to go ahead and get these stuffed. It's not going to take long. This shouldn't be a super long video, but you guys know I am very, very chatty. And so the first thing I need to do is grab a sticky note, because we're going to go ahead and take $100 in the form of 20s, 20, 40, 60, 80, 5, 10, 15, and 20. So this goes to my wallet. This goes to Fun and Miscellaneous and Home. So I'm just going to put a note on here for myself that says wallet. If you have never watched my videos before, I use a ton of placeholders. So then I can go ahead and actually move these on over, and we've got room for all of these in the cash tray, and we're going to start stuffing. So the first thing that we're going to go ahead and stuff is, you got to look here, subscriptions. So we've got subscriptions. No, that's not the right envelope. I grabbed the wrong binder. I was looking for subscriptions. It's in this binder right here. So the first thing that we're going to stuff for him is subscriptions. So subscriptions is going to get $45. So 20, 40, and 5 going into subscriptions. Let's take a look at what he's got right here. And you can see that we are all placeholders here. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, $95 in subscriptions. If you are not familiar with cash envelopes and fake bills and how it all works, all of this money is in a high yield savings account. That is how it works. So subscriptions, then we've got garbage, and it's going to get $40. So let's see how much we've got in garbage. So that is going to give us $125 for garbage. So we are ready to pay garbage. And then we've got motorcycle insurance, and I'm going to go ahead and put a 50 in there. And so what does he have in here? So he's got 100, 250, 350, 390 for motorcycle insurance. My husband has 2 motorcycles, and he pays annually. So again, into a high yield savings account. And then we've got holidays. We are going to go ahead and put another 50 in here. So that is going to give him, he went from having nothing up to having $350. So that's a great thing. For gifts, he's got 150 in here, but I actually got cash because we have a friend who has somebody that's graduating. So we're each putting $50 into that. That's why I grabbed cash for that. Nothing for giving, nothing for clothing, and nothing for paid time off, unfortunately. And as I always say, you guys, words are hard, and today is proving that. So let's go ahead and get into our adult binder, and we're going to go ahead and scroll on back until we get to land tax. Land tax is going to go ahead and get a 50. And so in land tax, we've got 100, 50, 200, 20, 40, 2. Easy peasy in there. And we just paid land tax, so that is lower than normal. And then we've got our escrow. We've got 2 different accounts in here, or 2 different sides. We've got insurance and we've got tax. So for our tax, we're going to go ahead and put $50. That's going to give us $200. And for our insurance, we're going to go ahead and grab 60. So let's see what we've got in here. We should probably do a bill exchange. So for insurance, we've got $500, $600, $700, $800, $900, $1,000, and $44. So we are going to go ahead and grab a $1,000 bill out of the drawer, and that will give us more of those little bills to go ahead and use. And then also, we're going to go ahead and grab a 20 for these 2 10s. So let me grab another 20. And I just have all this fake cash sitting in my drawer, you guys. It works very well for me. So let's take this 1,000. I'm making sure, yep. So that is 500 plus 500 equals 1,000. So for insurance, $1,044, and for taxes, $200. And that is just the way that works in my escrow. The reason why both of those are in there, even though technically the one, you know, they're 2 separate bills, is because that works the best in the account for me, because both of those, of course, used to get paid through the homeowner's loan, but now it's not. So now we've got pets, and we've got $200 going into pets, and I probably should have gotten cash for pets. I just took the dog to the vet, so I'm not going to do a bill exchange in here because some of this is going to have to come out. So let's see what we've got. We've got 1,000, 2,000, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 3,000, 50, 60, 70. So 3,070. And in cash, we've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 125. We keep the cash to pay for their grooming. And just as soon as we get it to 3,000, it seems like we just can't keep it there. And then we are going to go ahead and put $100 into Sam's Club. That is his paycheck. That is stuffed. And of course, some of these categories are Mr. Snow Gardeners and I. Now, let's go ahead and grab this savings challenge money. We're going to need some smaller bills, obviously, so I need to grab out the rest of my savings challenge money. And we are going to do $100 towards the mortgage today. Obviously, I am not going to be using really the 50s or the 20s, but we are going to do some ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to do 25. So 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. I don't know why we did so many that time, but that's what we're going to do. So 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. I just didn't feel like pulling out any 20s. I don't know why. Like I said, sometimes that is the way that I like to do it. And we've got change if we need it. So let's go ahead and do some savings challenges and get some money put towards our goals, which is getting this mortgage paid off. If we weren't paying, on average, we are paying about $2,500 to our mortgage every month. So if we weren't paying that, those short paychecks would be no problem. Let's go ahead and we're going to finish off the high-low casino game. I need to grab my cards. I did not grab those yet. So high-low, we're going to finish this one out. And if I can open the deck of cards, we'll be doing fabulous. So high-low, those are all the cards we've played already, obviously. And now I've seen all of the other ones, so 3. So I need to mix these ones up good. We've only got 6 cards left. I hope you guys have enjoyed this high-low. I've really enjoyed it. I like the double down feature that I created, even though, of course, I have, been shocked like when 2 has come up after a 2. So 3, we're going to go ahead and say higher, and we're going to go ahead and double down. We're going to do it, you guys. We're going to double down higher than a 3. It is an 8. So when I double down, I double these numbers right here. So that is $6. So 5 and 6. And I do have my sticky note here off to the side. So we've got HL. We can go ahead and give it the total. Now for 8, I'm not doubling down or anything. I'm going to say higher. Let's see if I'm right. Ooh, I am right. A jack. So that is another $3. So 1, 2, and 3. For a jack, I'm going to say lower. I've got to go with the odds. And it is a 9. So that's another win for another $3. 1, 2, and $3 there. I'm going to say lower than a 9. I don't know why I'm just going to. An 8. Wow. That was like just barely lower. Why did I put 32? We're not paying $32. We're just paying $3, Marlene. My lips and my mind and my brain are not working today. So an 8, I'm going to say higher. We're going to say higher. Let's see if we can do it. Nope, a 4. So we lost on that one. 2. So we need to do $2 here. And let's go ahead and see. We're going to say higher. Let's see what it is. It's a 10. So we won on that one. So $3. So let's go ahead and count this up. We'll go ahead and do a bill exchange really quick too, since we've got all these ones. So we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Wow, that was easy, right, you guys? So $20 is what we're going to be paying for the high-low. So $20. I'm going to go ahead and add these up. I'm going to fast forward this really quick, but I want to see how much we saved using this right here. We saved, I'm only adding it up once because if it's not right, it's not that big of a deal, $187 with this challenge. And of course, all of this money went to our mortgage. So $187, not too shabby. We are going to continue to play the high-low casino because I do enjoy it. Now, let's go ahead and do some shut the box. And I don't know if we're going to play 1 or 2 rounds. Those are the wrong markers. Those won't work for this. I mean, they're okay markers, but they're not what I wanted. Let's go ahead and go with pink and blue. Pink and blue sound good. So we'll go ahead and color in with blue, whatever we get. And we need our dice, of course, which I don't have any dice sitting here, you guys. What was I thinking? All of my dice are in my jar over here, so I need to go ahead and grab out. And I am just going to use the standby big red dice that I found at my parents' house last year when I started cleaning it out. So we're going to go ahead and say no whammies, big bucks, big bucks. And I guess I can get rid of that deck of cards for right now. And so we've got a 7. 7 it is. And I just love these bigger dice because they're easier to see, they're easier to handle, but they don't fit in my dice tower. Oh, that's a whammy right there, you guys. So if we roll another 2, we might be out of money. So no more whammies, no whammies, no whammies, big bucks, big bucks. How about a 9? All right, that's one step closer. Let's shut the box and pay $25, right? That's what I want to do. A 4 there. Okay, I'm going to say no whammies again. No whammies, no whammies. We got a 9, so we're going to go ahead and do 8 and 1. All right, things are looking better now, you guys. And we have got a 3, a 5, and a 6 left. We got that whammy again. 2 times snake eyes, you guys. Woo! So not too shabby. That is $14. And since we only have $100 and we've got a lot of other challenges, let's just play this one once today. So $14 for that. So shut the box. $14. It is storming outside. I hope my husband is inside. I know the dogs are inside. My husband was outside working on projects and the weather has moved in. Yet again, crazy weather for us. All right, so we have got these challenges. We have got these challenges. We've got Taco Tuesday. I grabbed out the Fred Jr. book. Let's see what we want to do. Let's go ahead and start off with Liz right here. We are just doing a roll and save for the bottom. And so we've got $4 there for Liz. And I just realized I didn't pull the $14 for Shut the Box. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 for Shut the Box and 4 for Liz. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a sticker challenge. I just want to get my money's worth out of this. So we're doing just writing them down and then we'll put the stickers over it. Now I grabbed out this one. It's one of mine. It's a brand new one. The front is 1 to 5. It's not brand new. It's an oldie but a goodie, but it's a new challenge for us to do is what I meant. So this is a small one on the front and it says you're a star. And it's got Georgette and her star belly on the front. And I just think it is so dang cute. So we're going to go ahead and do $4 for the front. And then let's go ahead and color in 1 star on the back. I need to grab a permanent black marker. And my husband is inside. I heard him back there with the dogs. So that's a good thing. So $1 per star. And we're just going to go ahead and color in 1. And we're going to do $5 for this one. I love simple little coloring challenges like this. It's a great place if you do $1 to where if you have extra dollars, you can make it work. So we're going to call this one Star. And we're going to say $5. And we're going to remember to pull it, right? $5 right there. Then let's go to Tracy's challenge right here. And this is a $75 challenge, a scratch off. So big numbers here, you guys. We've gotten a couple smaller ones, so I'm expecting another big one. Let's see what we got. Well, there's a small one there. So $3 for Tracy is all this time. We're just going to play once because we do have a lot of challenges we want to do. And with it raining and stuff doing out there, I hope the power doesn't go out. Don't go out, power. Let me get this done. So $4 for Tracy. Now, let's go ahead and do our rainbow dice, shall we? Let's do our rainbow dice. You guys know I love the rainbow dice. And where are the rainbow dice? There they are, right where you left them. And we're going to do them in whatever order they are in right here. We're not going to worry about putting them back in order. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the D12. And so we need our red marker. And I'm going to grab these markers out so that I've got them to make my life a little bit easier. We don't need the pink one, but I grabbed it anyway. So red, we need to roll this D12. Let's see what we get. That was an 8. So $8 for rainbow so far. $8. We can put that one away. And we're going to set this right up here to dry. So 5, 6, 7, and 8. Perfect. Then we've got our orange, which is a D10. And that is a 10, you guys. A 0 is a 10. So $10 for this one right here. Makes me wonder, did I forget to write on the D12 the last time? I think I did, because everything should be the same. So we're going to grab a 10. And then we have got our yellow, and that is 4. And of course, we're using our black marker so we can see a little bit better for that one. So $4 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one could be a spendy one. Spendy, spendy. Then we've got our D6, and that is $3. Not too shabby there. $3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then our D4, which is our blue one. This one's always so hard for me to pick up. And that is a 4. So 4 more buckaroos for that one. I'm going to grab $1 and put it back, you guys, and grab a 5. And then we're going to end on our D3. And look at that one. I don't know what I've done. That one didn't have one. This blue one, or this purple and the blue didn't. How did I end up with different numbers, you guys? Those of you guys that watch me all the time probably know. You were probably telling me, don't do that, Marlene. Or you forgot to write it down or something. So $2 for that one. So let's go ahead and grab the $2. And that is always a big saver with the way that I've been playing that one. And maybe what I'll do from the next time is maybe I'll just have the dice in my hand and I'll just pick one. And I'll be like, oh, we're rolling the D3. That way we can do some other challenges and have some fun with our money. So let's see what we've got here. We've got a 10 in there, a 5, lots of 1s. So we've got 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, $31 for rainbow. That rainbow one can be quite the doozy. So rainbow 31. And then we need to do my birthday one. This obviously is not going to the mortgage. That's why I say like 99% of the money is going to the mortgage. And we're going to go ahead and scratch this one. And we've got $2 and a cute little cupcake for my 50th birthday coming up next month. I don't feel 50, you guys, just so you know. So $2, so 1 and 2. And you can see I've just been leaving this together. And last time I said I wasn't sure what I was going to buy, but I've definitely decided I'm going to buy flowers with that because I love me some flowers. Now, we don't have a ton of money left over. So let's do this one. Let's see what we get. So this is a not the colorful challenge. This is a beautiful artwork challenge by my sister-in-law. It is colorful because I called it colorful camouflage. Let's see how much we're saving. So $9 for colorful. 9 buckaroos. And I don't know what we're going to have left. Let's see. 5. Oh, we've still got some. So we're going to grab 10 and put a 1 back. And we're still okay. We've got $12. Taco. Is there a 5 in here we can color? 5. We've colored that one. We've colored that one. We've got a 15. 15 is too high today. Let's go ahead and color in that 5. And we'll do $5 to Taco. Just because of wanting to do our goals. So Taco is 5. Can you guys tell I've been trying really hard to pull the money? You guys are going to tell me, Marlene, I hate to tell you this, but... All right, we're going to press our luck. We're going to scratch one of these off of Fred Jr. here. It's a Martin Luther King quote. It says, if I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way. We've got $7 there. It's a $50 challenge. I already see a 7, an 8, and a 9. This is my challenge, you guys, but I can't remember what numbers are where. So let's go ahead and scratch this. And we got $3, so we're okay there. So $3. So we've got $4 more left. Let's finish this challenge. Let's do it. Okay, $6. And we're going to leave the extra $1. Actually, no, we're not going to leave the extra $1. We're going to go ahead and add that to star. And then we're going to do Fred Jr. We did 6. And so we're going to color in 1 more star over here on this challenge that I put off to the side. Color in 1 more star, and that is all of our money. Now, of course, we don't have exactly 100 going to the mortgage because I did have my birthday challenge, but we have got all of this money, and it puts us that much closer to our goal. I want to thank you guys for joining me today, and until I see you guys next time, remember to keep on smiling. Bye, everybody.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago.